So I got the 752. That is a little, yeah, for my landings, it's a little bit tight, but if I put a booster on there to get it out there, 860 plus, here, I gotta get my calculator out. It's 860 to get to the moon, plus 280 for the capture, plus about another 1,000 for the high part of the launch insertion. I got about 2140. If I add on the, yeah, no, I think 752 should be fine for the landing. If I add on the 725 for the landing, I'm gonna get 1725 for my budget for the next stage. If the total budget's up to that, so I'm gonna put on, we're gonna put a really ugly fairing on this. I just want to warn people. Let's go right now with the TD-12 decoupler, just because I know, oh, that doesn't even fit under there very nice. Okay, the TD-6 decoupler, and we're gonna build downwards. So how about if I get into you, that ooh. Now, that's like a 2.5 meter part underneath there, isn't it? Like, what? I think this is too much. Oh, that's not. Okay, where's that wolfhound? Or the skiff? Looking for something with a good vacuum delta V. That's too big. There's a wolf. This one. Yes. No. Okay, I'm gonna go back to. Let's arrange these by size. I want a 1 point. Oh, the cheetah will probably sit good under there. There we go. So I'm looking for a total. Oh, that's way too much. 1720. It's way too much. Okay, let's calm this down. Let's go to here. Go to here. No, not tiers. Sizes. I want to go. You know what? I probably should just find. I was looking for a fuel, like there's, okay. This is more like the idea. That's going to a 1.25 meter size. And then if I go to here and go to fuel tanks, go to here, and then just something boring like a Terrier. Really? That's 2,400 mountains and mountains of thrust. What happens if I just stick a Terrier under that? Why did that not count on here? Oh, because that's just a structural part, you big galoomy. It's not a fuel tank. That's 1734. I can't. Wait a minute. I'm doing my calculating again. That's a little live math here. 860 plus 280 for the capture plus 1725 is what I budget for the landing. 1865 is what I'm looking for. So I'm almost there. And again, mountains of thrust. What happens if I switch this just to like a spark? Just a little baby spark engine. I don't need anything that big. There's 1916, still plenty of I'm going with this. This is it. This is my little transporter out there. This is all she's going to need. Okay, I'm going to just put a little structural part just down there on the bottom. Not you. You. Beautiful. Beautiful. There. What else do you need in life? That's all you need. There we go. So there we go. Yeah, 1882. I think that should be fine. I think so. So, but what we need to do is clearly enclose this in somehow. So I'm pretty happy with that. So that will get me from the upper part of Kerbal's atmosphere all the way down to the moon's surface. So now I need to enclose this in some way. So I need another TD-6 decoupler, And I suppose at this point, really a fairing. And probably... Is this going to be okay? I get mocked, especially on my shorts, about my fairings. And probably with good reason. Oh, why'd you do that to me? Why? Why? Oh, I know what I need to do to keep that from happening. I need to get into the Rove Mate thingy. And I need to change the control point to up. So the default is up, because that's what we're going to need for the first bit. Does that look... I don't think it's all stupid. I don't think it's all stupid. So if I take my that and I add on about... I'm thinking, again... oh, wait a second. That's why my math is so bad. Oh my gosh. Live math is great, isn't it? That will get... But I want to do another 1,000 on this. Sorry. Maybe a bigger tank's in order. I want to handle the upper part of the atmospheric insertion. So 18, more like 28, 65? More like what I'm interested in. And maybe... Because I forgot about the upper part of the atmospheric insertion. That's way too much. That's better. That's better. Let's throw that away. Oops. A couple of balls of death. Maybe actually put the balls of death up here. I can justify now sliding these in because this is a structural part on the top without any... So there's space inside it for that. Okay, there we go. Now let's put the fairing back on. So that is 28.9. Yeah, I'm much happier with that. Okay, and so that plus get in orbit again. Calculator time. I don't know. I'm about 54, 55 for a total 100 or yeah 100. Okay, I gotta rebuild the fairing. Okay, so we're gonna come up around the wheels, around that, around that. Okay, there's something clicking somewhere. There. 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 And on the top. Come on, close it. Close. There we go. Okay, there it is. There she is. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's get into some fuel tanks and building this thing up. So I'm in the 1.875 meter size, which are these fellas? Here. These fellas, right? Yeah, but I got a longer one than that, don't I? Don't know my own parts. The FLTX 9. No, that cannot be my biggest. My biggest. That's huge, yeah. Wow, I can't believe. No, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. And that's the. Yeah. Let's put a couple of these on here. Some kind of like a bobcat on the bottom. How big is that? That's... Yeah, that's already way too big. And it is a lot of thrust, so that is fine. Let's reduce this one then to the next one down. It's going to be a single stager. Well, 2 stage. This is like the upper stage. Oh, it's still too big. What about this? Jeepers creepers, that's about it. I'm just going to do this. Just like that. Flip this around. Overbuilt, but overbuilt's never bad. She's a stubby fella. Might want... Yeah, this is going to require me to redo the fairing again, but I'm thinking a pair of reaction wheels right here is probably a good idea. Like that. And yeah, I'm gonna have to rebuild the fairing. I'll do that in a second. And some smallish tail fins. Four of those like that. Color them dark. Let's put them here so they're like so, like so, like so, like so. Build the fairing. For some reason it really wants to there, and four sides up the force, clamshell deploy. It looks funny, doesn't it? Okay, so where's the fairing and the staging? It will go before this. Yeah, that's about the right spot for it, and all that. And what's the, oh, that's for the sky crane at the end. And yeah, lots of Delta V. Hey, Lunar Martin, glad you made it. We are building a little rover with my rather, yeah, it's what it is. It's what it is. I can't wait till I put this on a short and I get comments on what that fairing looks like, but we'll just leave that as that. Turn down the thrust here. Oh yeah, I got gimbling on this guy too, but that's good. Oh wait, Atmo, dummy. That's good. No Kerbals, right? So let's see, what am I forgetting here? An antenna. There's a good idea. This thing is going to need to communicate with home. It's going to need to phone home. We're going to stick it right. You know what? I'm going to do it here. Put one. Do that. And we'll slide that, and it'll look like it's coming off of the thing at the back, which I think is fine. Yeah, I like it. Okay, action groups. We'll put the deployment of that antenna on action group 0, and on action group 5 we will toggle the fairing. But otherwise, make sure the sky crane doesn't drain before the ascent transfer tank is used up. No, it should be good. I think everything should be good. I think it should be fine. I think I got this paced out right. This thing should go empty as we're on our descent. That's the whole idea. And then we'll flip over to the sky crane for the rest of the descent. And then at the end of it, whatever fuel's left over in the sky crane, we'll just go. You know, and if people are worried, got some funny thrust to weight ratio. That says 0.94. That's fine. I'm not worried. Famous last words. Yeah, just do that. Do that. Do that. We'll take this out of the staging so I don't have to look at it. Fairing stage there. I think I'm good. I'm gonna launch. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and see what's happening. And then we'll see if we can slap together a lander. And we'll bring the lander to the station rather than bring the lander to the surface. And then on the station, we'll pick up a couple of Kerbals. That's kind of the idea. So this, right now, is just going to make it into orbit. I'm thinking... Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just do it. What's the worst that could happen? So, boom. Up. Okay, up is good. Up is good. Picture over. There is a lot of attitude control. It wants to go that way for some reason. Oh, I don't have lock to prograde, of course. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a pain. I should have put a better prograde. Oh my gosh. I don't even have lock to prograde. Oh, well, I'll live with my decision now. But if I were to do this again, I would stick on a small pro body just to give me some of this. I forgot because it's just the robe mate that's doing everything. That's a pain. No lock to prograde for me. And I don't want to take it off the SAS because I do not trust the aerodynamics of this thing with the great big ginormous fairing. I am coming too shallow. I am coming too shallow. Too shallow for me. Because I was spending all my time looking here instead of looking up there. So we'll sort of keep it towards the top of the Navball. I don't trust the aerodynamics of this. With good reason, I think. Because sometimes what I do is just turn off SAS and let the aerodynamics steer the rocket, but I don't trust it. Okay, I'm going to throttle down. About 50 seconds away. I'm going to try and sort of see it, keep it here. Like that. Yeah, this would have been a lot better with just the addition of a small pro body to give me all the lock twos, which I should have realized was going to happen because I did test it, didn't I? Silly Billy. That's okay. We'll get it there. We'll massage it to its destination one way or another. Yeah, I'm very shallow. Let's just kind of hold this attitude for a while. In fact, let's give it a little more thrust. At least until the flamey flames are gone. Oh, I'm out. I'm dry. Oh, no! Oh, so, okay. What happened there? What happened there? The main tank went dry, and I staged, and the fairing wasn't deployed, so the upper stage just drove straight into the fairing. All right. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna live with that. I'm not gonna revert to launch. We're gonna go. We're gonna go to the Space Center. Okay, so what we can do, we can go back in here. All right, so I got. This thing makes me laugh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do? Let's just take. I want to put a little pro body in here, and likely the best plan is right here. Take that off. Little pro body, the little Octo 2 Pro Core right there. And I'm going to make... Here, let's put this back. Right side up would be good. And we can move these solar panels down a little bit. Like that. And then what I want to do is make that pro body there, the root part. So we're going to be controlling from that Octo. I don't think that was completely necessary, but I don't think it's a bad idea either. I think the fairing is still okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we got some funky things happening with the staging all of a sudden. That and that go together. Oh, wow. This needs to go here. That and that. No, yes, that's right. And what are these two? Okay. No, that's... Yes, that's right. So that lower one needs to go there. There we go. And that's fixed up our staging a little bit. All right. And it's funny how it thinks the thrust to weight is so terrible up here, but you know what I'm going to do too is I'm going to hide just a little bit more fuel in this upper stage, I think. Just a little bit more. It doesn't hurt to have a little more. I guess the smallest I got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these. We'll go with three-way symmetry. Don't like where that is, so I'm going to cheat this. Well, it's not cheating. I'm just going to stick it here. That. Take the snap off. We'll kind of tuck them in a little bit. Just for looksies. Now I got a little bit more delta V. Probably the lower thrust. That's not bad. Not terrible. Okay. I'm going to try this again. Saving it. Going over staging once again. I think that's all good. Okay, save. Launch. Hesitation. Oh, that's very true. Nathan says that I could have just put the probe body on top of the crane. That would have been really smart. Because the actual rover doesn't need a probe body. It'll have Kerbals in it by then. But you know what? Actually, no. Sorry, he's 100% right. Revert back to flight. Oh my god. I need the probe body on the sky crane because the sky crane, at least for a small period of time, has to fly autonomously. For goodness sakes. Yes. This isn't going to work. You dope. Okay, so let's make this the root part. Oh no. What are you doing to me? There we go. This comes off. This goes back. This has to go on top here. Make it the root part. Because this sky crane has to fly autonomously. Silly person. There we go. Now, that means it probably should have an antenna of some kind. In the middle would be nice. I think it's underneath there. It is. So we'll put that antenna. So I'll have two antennas on here. And some batteries. Because it's, yeah. Oh my gosh. So toggle the antenna on 0. So we got two antennas and some electricity. Oh boy. Everything is ill-conceived on this. Okay. So, and then a couple of batteries should be fine. Because this has got to fly autonomously for a little bit. When it steps off, when it drops the rover and then, you know, does its thing. Okay. Am I sensible here now? No, the staging's messed up again. So this is off to here. These two are together. That makes sense. This and this, and the lower one goes there. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Thrust to weights are still fine. Delta V's are still fine. Third try. All right. All right. All right. This one's the one. This one's the one. This one's the one. Okay. Sure. Boom and boom. Off we go. Now I got my locks to progrades and stuff. I'm sorry. I don't know. I shouldn't be so dismissive of drag, because it's not. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's pitch over. Pitch over, silly person. Lock. So no, like drag's a thing, and I don't know. I'm a bang it together, especially during live streams. To me, it's about banging it together, making it good enough, and getting it to work. And for other people, it's about, you know, really making it as sleek and efficient as you possibly can. And I respect that. I should respect that. But for a live stream, you guys don't want to watch me for 2 hours, like, you know, worrying too much about shape. And it's about getting it up there. Getting the mission done. At least I think so. Okay, there we go. We're locked to prograde now. 90-degree heading. Not going up too steeply. Watch the fairing. So I got to make sure the fairing is deployed before this tank runs out, regardless. So that's an interesting situation. I might have to deploy the fairing early. Didn't really think about that because the upper stage is inside the fairing. Might be a dumb design on that part. But, oh well. And yeah, so speaking about drag, if I have to deploy this fairing early, that's going to be some drag. So maybe a steeper ascent is not a bad plan to just get up into the thinner part of the atmosphere as quickly as we can. Alright, 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 alright. So I'm holding it about 55 seconds to apoapsis. Huh? I'm pretty good. I'm keeping a better eye on this. Because if this gets close to having to stage, and I haven't deployed the fairing yet, I should most certainly deploy the fairing. To avoid what happened last time. About 250 meters per second left in this lower stage. It's pretty darn close to being empty. I think we're close enough. So 5 for the fairing. There we go. That's that. And come on. No. Gonna wait for that stage to end. I'm ready for you this time. And now we're on the mighty little spark engine. Put the throttle up because that engine's pretty wussy. Pretty wussy, wimpy little engine. Noticing I'm off my heading. It was 89 degrees, so I'm just sort of pulling it southwards a little bit. I'm also watching this time to apoapsis, so I'm pitching up a bit too. I don't want this time to go down. Let's try locking it back on prograde again. Still 89 degrees. I don't like that. Why do you like that? Look this way. And actually reduce throttle a little bit. What's my inclination like? Oh, it's 0.1. Must be just barely 89. Lock it back on. What's it now? 90 degrees. That's what I'll work. Okay. Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, you always with these upper stage motors want to go with a small, obviously a vacuum rated motor, but something as small as you can get away with. Make these upper stages as light as you can, and it saves you on the whole rocket. The lighter you can make the top of the rocket, the whole bottom becomes smaller. Okay. I'm just waiting until this says 80, and then I'm cutting it. There we go. Did not cover this with my customary blinky lights, but I suppose that's okay. That back to prograde. Are you ready for Starship on Friday? Sure. I'm up for that. The last one was sure entertaining. I make no predictions though. Okay, let's start circularizing. There we go. Normal vector for solar panel. Oh, let's deploy our antennas. They're on 0 there. That looks okay. Really don't need this one, but I'm going to keep it there. You know what? I should actually reduce that one. Like, let's retract that one. I'm more thinking about when this takes off. I don't want something there that somehow something might bonk into it. I'm just realizing, too, there are no reaction wheels up here at all. So that's going to... have no control when I let go. That's okay. It's what it is. Okay, let's get to the moon. Yeah, it would have been a good idea to put some small reaction wheels on that sky crane so that you could actually steer it. Instead, it's just going to do what it's going to do once I stage it, which could be entertaining. Okay. Focus our view on the moon. So what I'm aiming for is that waypoint. That's the plan. So we're going to come around in a prograde direction. And I'm not going to go for a polar orbit, but I will put it in an inclined orbit. Do I have a latitude? You know what I do have? I have Waypoint Manager, and there it is, Werner's Dawn. It's at a latitude of 28 degrees, so I want my orbit about the moon to at least have an inclination of 22 degrees, probably a little lower, because that will allow me to access this. So I got to put, but I'll do that with a correction. What am I doing? Let's just try and make this as efficient as I can. Yeah, a little bit out. So we'll put ourselves 12 kilometer apoapsis we're shooting for. I'm going to be doing a correction anyway, so it's not like it's critical. Okay. Back to here. And yeah, that's it. So 1 minute and 14 second burn. A little bit of a quick save. And let's do it. Let's get to it. Okay, let's check what, now that I'm going into the night for the first time. Hey, streaming mode. There we go. Don't have a lock to the maneuver node function on that little probe body I have. So I'll have to do that part manually. Yeah, no. The only lights I have, I can put on the lights, but actually it's just the one big headlight, so that's not really doing much. I do have brake lights. Put the brakes on, it's probably a good idea. There's some lights. Okay, where are we? Okay. So at least when I land, those wheels won't be turning. Okay, 15 seconds. Let's time warp a little bit closer. And go. There's something that's not, I can feel a little, go to here. Oh no, yeah, there's a little bit of an imbalance somewhere. A little bit of an, I saw the pitch, pitch things over just a little bit, so that's not surprising. I mean, it's not like this thing was built with symmetry in mind. Or maybe just this guy here, maybe, I don't know. I didn't even look at how much weight that is on the end there. Or the command seats at the other end. And, oh yeah, we're fine fuel-wise. That's not going to be an issue. Okay, so we're just going to come in, do this. Rover's nose heavy, yeah. Yeah, that might be right. I think that makes sense. Well, let's actually take a look. So if it's nose heavy, that means the command seats are heavier than the scanner, which I think makes some sense. Let's slow this down. Here it comes. Good enough. Yeah, the command seats. It's the command seats at the front of this thing. I think you're right in the chat, Maxim, that these guys are heavier and it's making it. Oh, and then there's the big light. Yeah, there's more weight here than there is on this side. And now that I'm looking at it, yeah, of course there is. Okay, so what I want to do is a little bit of a correction. Again, I'm shooting for an inclination of at least 28, but obviously more is better. But not crazy more. It doesn't have to be, so, you know. Let's play with the timing here a little bit. Oops. Pop up the scale. Whoa, what did I do? What did I just push? Back on the maneuver. I think I don't know what just happened there. Let's focus back. Oh, okay. I popped it. What did I do? I only popped the head 200 seconds. Why is this like way... Okay, stop. Okay, I'm deleting that maneuver. I don't know what I pushed. I'm going to try that again. Add a maneuver. I'm going to focus this on the moon. That was really weird. And all I did was I thought I just pushed ahead 200 seconds, but maybe I did something else. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to put a little bit of angle to this, a little bit of normal, and now pop ahead 200 seconds. Did I push ahead in orbit? Maybe I pushed ahead in orbit. I did in orbit. Okay. Yeah, well, it's me. What am I going to say? You can see how moving this around really not affecting this too much. So I don't think it's a big deal exactly where I have it. So I'm just going to get some angle, and we'll use the retrograde to bring it in. Let's use a little bit of the radial to bring it in like that. And again, I'm shooting for 28-degree inclination. You can see it better from this angle here. Let's go for more closer to 45, and then I don't have to worry about it. Of course, going the right way. Whoops. Oh, okay, I need a little... Fine, be that way. Let's take the radial part out, because the radial's turning into too much. Try it with a little bit of prograde. That'll do better. Yeah. There, that's clearly enough. Right? Oh, yeah. That'll do it. Okay. All right, so 25 meter per second burn. Quick save. Let's do it. And, oh, I need to... The burn time's only a second, so... Yeah, when I'm designing my rockets, I'm slapping it together, but suddenly when I'm performing maneuvers and figuring them out, that's when I'm like, oh no, I need to get this exactly to be that. So we're all meticulous about different things. Okay. That is that. And I don't have to wait for this 30 seconds to run out because it wasn't a critical burn. So I'm just going to push this up. And that periapsis should pop out of the moon. Sure would be nice if it did. And I'll just bring it till it says about, I don't know, 11 kilometers or so. Sure. There we go. Okay. That should do it. Let's get out there. Time warp. Oh no, that's not what I want. Ah! I just want time warp to here. Warp to here. There we go. Here comes the moon. I don't need you. And we'll go until we are in here. Just waiting for the... Okay, why did time warp just stop? It's still not... What? Oh, I didn't set... Go away! Game thought... whatever. Okay, there we go. We just got the... Whoa! Our normal vector just changed because our orbit's so inclined. Put this back on here. Excuse me. All right. What is our inclination? 47 degrees. It needed to be at least 28. So 47 is at least 28. So that'll be fine. play around with the timing. There we go. Yep. Okay. And I got to put the thrust back up on this little fella. Oh, we still have tons of fuel, so I'm over good. Over good. Better over good than under good. Okay, let's get there. Do I make myself goals, Gabriel Wild is asking, do I make myself goals for after I complete the tech tree? And that's a really good question because typically in my games, once I'm around completing the tech tree, it's time for me to start another game. That's usually when I stop. So that's why I have very little experience with the tech that's towards the end of the tech tree. Sometimes I stop before that because, you know, back in the day when KSP was updating all the time, there'd be a new update and I'd want to start that and start a new career with that, or I'd learn about some new mods and I'd start with new mods. And so I was constantly restarting the game. So I don't tend to stay with the same career for very long. This is actually kind of an exception for me playing as long as I have without the tech tree. And I like having the contracts. I like having the game setting goals instead of me setting goals. I don't do well in a sandbox game. I think it's just a shocking lack of imagination on my part. That probably is the culprit. Okay, here we go. So that's why, like, for instance, KSP2, let's just lock this to retrograde. KSP2, I'm really not playing it. I mean, one has to do with, of course, the bugs, but the other part of it is just simply that it is a pure sandbox game right now, and I just don't find myself having that much fun in a sandbox game. Sorry, I gotta fix this a little bit. I would rather the game tell me what to do. And then me figuring out how to do it. It's a crappy orbit, but I don't care. That's just me. I just want to set this up for solar panel purposes this way. Definitely going to do an F5 here. So I'm very excited, by the way. Well, very excited. I'm cautiously optimistic. That's what always my term is. Cautiously optimistic. Let's activate that navigation point. So I want to land there. Oh boy, I don't want to land in the dark. So I guess I'm going to time warp until it comes all the way around on this side. So I'm cautiously optimistic about the science update on KSP2. I'm going to be jumping back into KSP2 when that science update comes out. I've heard a lot of bugs have been squashed, but I'm still not playing because, again, I just don't have that much interest in playing a sandbox game. But once there's any kind of campaign there, I'm going to be all over it. Would you go on a one-way trip to Mars? No. I mean, why? Because I don't want to die. That's about it. Dying and being on Mars, the two don't equate. Living's better. Yeah. So no. I'm not people that talk about the fact that they're going to land on Mars for a first time and then have a great big base there and everyone's going to live happily ever after. And it's like, I don't buy it. I just don't. I'm sorry. I think if you go to Mars without a plan on coming back, you're a dead person. Now, you know, maybe someday they'll have hotels there for me with comfy beds, but I don't think that day's anytime soon. Good question, though. So anyway, I'm just slowly. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for it on this one. I was just trying to. I hate the fact that it's kind of like a sunrise landing here, but I think it's what it is. I don't have to be right on that waypoint. I really just kind of slapped down that waypoint last time, but we'll try and get reasonably close to it. I got a lot of delta V, so that's a good thing. I mean, there's 872 meters per second of delta V on this thing. That's going to be pretty good. So I'm going to come in a little closer than I normally. I like to come in really shallow, but I'm already in a pretty low orbit. This ain't bad. Okay, let's cut it here. Put it on retrograde. This is already on surface for some stupid reason. We'll cut a little bit of this. I think I'm going to need to... Oh, what I should do... Am I focused on the moon? I am. Let's put on that ore. Let's see our ore. I mean, really, that's the main thing I'm interested in is... There. Landing just kind of in this zone. That's all I really care about. Okay. Let's see. Let's see our waypoint coming up. It is pretty good. It's been a while since I've done a powered landing. I'm trying to think when the last one was in this live stream. It's been a little bit. No, let's keep pushing it. You come in pretty shallow. The more shallow you come in, let's cut it. The more efficient you are. Obviously, also the whole suicide burn thing adds to the efficiency too. Okay, let's just make sure this staging, because this is going to have to happen pretty quick. And that is this decoupler that's under here. Yes, not that decoupler. Okay, so we got our waypoint coming up. It's in 60 kilometers. This information, by the way, is coming from the Waypoint Manager mod, which is, I guess, yeah, this is a little bit of a quality of life thing. If I get into the settings here, where is I want a heading to target. There we go. This is beautiful, a heading to target. If I add 180 to this, so that is 303, that tells me with the retrograde vector, if I have this on 303, right, that's pointing right at where the target is, which I think is pretty cool. I like that. So I need to actually pull. I can see, oh, this waypoint's really bonkers. But I need to pull it this way, I think. Notice how the waypoint's moving back and forth on the Navball? Oh, that's because it's on the other side of the Navball. I have ghosted. That's what that is. That's what that is. Okay, let's... I think I need to pull it more this way. What do we got here? It's close enough. For goodness sakes, I don't need to land right on it. Oh, I should be kind of glancing at my terrain and kind of thinking about what looks promising. Because I don't want to be in one... Like, again, the whole idea is going to be around a base here somewhere. You know what? I'm changing my mind. Here, I'm going to push this. I'm going to go try and see if I can get it over this way. Oh! That stage is dead. I got to really watch this. Be careful. Be careful, dude. You do not have all the fuel in the world. I'm thinking about in here somewhere. I'm just kind of abandoning the rover, or this spot, because it just looks too... Well, maybe... Oh. Ah! Okay, no, I've committed myself now. Okay, just kill it. Let's just kill and go down. Kill and go down. This might not have been the best plan. Now that I'm looking in here, it's maybe not as... I think the low sunlight reflecting off of all the terrain scatter is really making it look kind of nasty. But I actually kind of want to come down here. I just didn't want to get in there, but I'm thinking I probably could have. But you know what? We got a rover, so we can drive it over there. So this is going to be good. Oh, how about the gear? That'd be a good idea. So I'm just killing my velocity. I'm watching my altitude too. I want to get this retrograde vector up to the top, and I'm just going to put this down. I think we're okay. There we go. Okay, let's let that go. Put a light on. I have no landing lights or anything, so it's a low light situation. It's a low light situation. Probably killed off a little bit too much speed there, but that's okay, I think. So kind of abandoned that waypoint. Let's slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Reaction wheels are crazy good. Oh, right on a rock. pair of rocks. Little rough. That's a little rough, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to leave all the lights on and stuff just for... it'll help the Kerbals find it. So, I mean, I deliberately went away from that, so maybe I shouldn't knock myself away too much. But it's on the surface. That's all that matters. Okay, now comes the fun part of getting rid of this thing. And I'm going to quick save because I've had these kind of go bad. So let's put this here. And I'm going to, rather than... Well, no, I can stage and throttle up. I think that's probably the best plan. But, well, we'll see what happens. Remember, there are no reaction wheels on this. So this could be entertaining. So we're going to stage and just go. Hopefully we won't crash back into our rover. So stage. There we go. And yeah, I have no ability... Oh, wait, there's gimbaling. I got gimbals. I got gimbals. I was worried I was going to... There we go. I'm happy with that. As long as I don't come back down onto onto that, then I'm fine. That went okay. It's pretty high. We're up to almost 30 kilometers, and then we're going to come down. Let's just watch that happen. Oh, Kerbal Engineer does show your projected landing spot. That's very true, John. I just didn't turn that on. But well, that's okay. Okay. So we're just, this is gonna blow up and die, and then what time is it? Let's get started on a lander. I'm not convinced. We'll see how far we get with it. Boom. Okay, that's good. So we should have, if I go to map view and put on rovers. No, I don't care. Rover. Oh, I'm not sure. Is it a rover? It is, right here. I can't switch to it. Okay, we're going to just trust that that's okay where it is. That everything's fine. And we're going to go back to the Space Center.